Hello, once again today I'm attempting the cell tower puzzle, which is a grid of letters that you simply need to divide up into words. Within every word you read top to bottom, left to right. So for example, that would be Y-L-U-N-G, because you go top to bottom, left to right, even when there are gaps. Right, so this looks like it could be something like quit and then young, but I'm not quite confident enough to put that in. We've got an X and a Q. I like these unusual letters. I mean, if it is young, it would just, we could have another word that ends in ally. I mean, we could just have ally, but we could have principally or something like that. What about at the top? We've got after and where. We've got protest as well. I'm going to start with protest. I think that's the most... Nope, not that one. I think that's the most common, most likely starting point. What type of fish are we going to have, if any? And what are we going to do with this N? Is it going to be where or where's? Where's would usually be hyphenated, apostrophized, wouldn't it? That's not even a word. It would have an apostrophe in, you know what I mean. Could be bottom. Let's put in bottom, because then we can have fish just above it if we want to. Natural. So it can't quite be. Well, what's this E going to be in? Oh, sorry, what's the A going to be in? Because the E is going to be in where's. I'm not liking the fact that I have to use this A somewhere. How are we going to use that A? I don't think a fish is a word, is it? Where is that A going to go? Even if these letters are wrong, these words are wrong rather, where is the A going to go? I think it has to be where's, doesn't it? Because the WH has got to start a word. Because it's not going to be PRW or even RW. But what are we going to do with this A? That's still the question. I might have to start at the bottom and work my way back up. Oh, it's a difficult one today, so this could be least. And then glade. Where's this X gonna go though? Looks like we want to do something like extent. Oh, so it could be just glad. Okay, so let's put that in, because then we can do glad and least and quit and young. Is this going to be a TY ending? And if so, what's going to come down below it? Where's this C going to be? I quite like were. I'm really not confident about this, but we could have typically. Oh, that's too long. That's really unfortunate, isn't it? So how about typical and then reply? And then we can have long and tree. So actually coming down to the bottom really hasn't helped. What are we going to do with this? A remains the question. Even if we took out bottom, I don't know what we would do with that A. I don't know what we can do with that A. That's such a weird thing to have said so many times. That's too long and it isn't a word. I mean, it really looks like it could be just after and fish, but then I hate to repeat myself, but what are we going to do with this A? Is there a type of fish that would have it in? An EA fish? That's not a word, that's just after, but with an extra A. Oh, this is not right, is it? Because a fish is not a word. That's too short, that's a disaster. Oh, I might just have to completely undo the whole of the top half. That's not what I want to do. Remove that. Remove that. Let's remove that. This is the first time I've had to remove words in any of these puzzles, and I still don't know what I'm going to do with this A. That's not even how you spell reef. That's sort of how you spell wreak, as in wreaking havoc, but oh, this is not a good solve. I'm sure you're all shouting at the screen. All three of you who are going to watch this video. What am I going to do with that A? Let's remove a few more letters. sounds like a sort of medical thing, but oh, I don't know what to do. I cannot think of any way to use that A. Area. But then how are we going to use the W and the H? Surely we can't. That can't be correct, can it? Not to mention, but what would we do with the F and the T? Airish, as in aerating. Clearly not a word either. Oh, I don't know what to do. Does this give me a clue? I really don't want to go for a clue. But I don't know what else this A can go with. It's all about this A. Is it some weird shape like that? A ranfish? Erinfish? There's an oarfish, I think. Even something like O-fish would work, but we haven't got the O anywhere nearby. I'm going to have to click this and see what it does. This puzzle won't count towards streaks or win percentages, so I don't want to do that. I want to keep my streak going. What am I going to do with this puzzle? Is there just a type of fish that I don't know the name of? Catfish, dogfish. Click get hint. Oh, what is that A gonna go with? I cannot see anything other than what I've already done. I mean, there's shot, so it doesn't have to be fish at all, but I still don't know where I'm going to put this A. Sorry to keep going on about that A. That's not a word. That's not how you spell reef. I've really whizzed through the puzzles of this earlier this week. What is that A going to go with? Is it some kind of weird shape? I've already tried something like that. But I mean, the WH looks like it has to go together, which means it would have to go with that. ABVF goes with something different, but it's surely going to be after. The problem with this is it's really difficult to get your mind off a certain track. Is that not a word? I don't know whether you would go with anyway. I'm going to need to go for a hint. Whereas, oh, everything else would have been correct. Protest, natural, after fish bottom. That was incredibly foolish as an oversight. That was terrible. I've lost my streak. I had everything apart from the A. I had where's, and I didn't even think that's not a very common word. I mean, I did think that, but not long enough, clearly. That was awful. I'm sure you did better. Feel free to laugh at me in the comments, but only if you give the video a thumbs up. Thank you for watching if you got this far, well done, and bye for today.